Welcome to Mama Mosey Tarot. No captions, no hashtags, no trending sounds. If you're seeing me, it may be for a reason. I urge you to use your intuition and really feel in your body and see if this is for you. This is not going to be for everybody, and it doesn't feel very happy right now. But we've had some inklings when I was shuffling that happiness lays beyond, but we want to see if this is for you. So we've got the traitor, which is a sign that you are going to betray somebody or somebody is going to betray you. But it's not something as simple as just telling a lie and then later being like, yeah, I lied to you. It's somebody or something deeply entwined in your life. Okay. And then we had 4 a.m. here as well. 4 a.m. staying awake, a very easy time to be lonely because it feels so cold and so desolate. But this card at the very bottom, it says, understand though, 4 a.m. This night is not going to last forever. This feeling is not going to last forever. Okay. When I was shuffling, and we got Rome underneath this too, and Our Lady with Motherly Spirit. So there is care around you. You just have to look for it. You need to, it's not coming in the necessary forms. It might be that the universe is expecting you to fucking change, to see it, to see that I don't want to say, because I'm still not sure if you did the betraying or if you were the betrayee, the one who got betrayed. We've got Queen and that which is buried with legislation in reverse. So this feels like just the good old fake it till you make it, pretend like this thing didn't hurt you, don't even talk to anybody about it. But I want to bring up that thing which is buried. This is actually starting to feel a little bit like you were doing the betraying, because that thing which is buried, this is something coming to light. There's 2 things with this card. It's something coming to light, or if you're going to take the secret to the grave, take it to the fucking grave. Okay? Okay. But the change here, I don't know, and this might indicate that you have changed. We'll get into it. If it sounds like you, or partially like your situation, stay, please. Also, my condolences. Either way. I have the Alleyway Tarot. We're going to see what it is you need to know. The 2 decks that I was just using there for bottom of the deck energy for general vibe was Allie Mann's Tarot and the Oracle of Plain Secrets mixed together. So why are you seeing me? Patience. Mushrooms might be significant, specifically morels. Eight of Swords. But it slid sideways, so if you've seen me before, you know that when I tend to, when the cards fly out of my hand, I take the way they land as significant as well, but there's nothing here. This Eight of Swords just fell sideways. So it's like, especially with that which is buried, if you're choosing to keep this betrayal buried, heads up, it might be exposed, but if you're choosing to keep this betrayal buried, you have to pretend like you didn't get this knowledge from anywhere. The Eight of Tools is a card, or Eight of Swords, it's the Eight of Swords, but it's even the Eight of Swords here. It's learning lessons that you are going to need later on in life. Now, learning things you need to know for later. That's what this card is. And it fell sideways across nothing. So, as far as anybody knows, you didn't get this information from anywhere. Maybe you read it somewhere. Who knows? But the point of that being, keep your knowledge to yourself. Taurus. Now is not the time to be stubborn in the wrong manner. In reverse. Taurus in reverse. And it fell with the card not face up. So it's like, you cannot be seen to be stubborn about this. But you have to be. You gotta be fucking stubborn about this if you're keeping this fucking secret. But I'm gonna put this away, actually. And I'm going to get, I was going to use Alleyway Tarot. No, I'm going to still use Alleyway Tarot. But real quick, I want to see. I'm just going to grab one of them. Just one Egyptian. So there's not going to be a single full set in here. Whatever cards are in here is split up half of 2 decks. Okay? So what we get is what we get. This is not going to be, but I'm feeling called to do it. Should you keep this secret, this betrayal? Now, this is not for those of you who have been betrayed. And actually, it might be if you're being called to maybe reveal the betrayal and you don't want to because everybody's past it and blah blah blah. Choice. So, should you keep it? And again, your own intuition, particular to your situation. I'm a doofus, okay? I can read the cards, but I can't suss out your particular specific one-on-one situation unless I'm talking to you and I can focus my energy specifically on you and I have a tie there. So, I'm going to ask if you should keep this secret, and we're going to see what comes out. I feel like shuffling again, and boy, do I feel nervous. Should you reveal the secret? It's going to be different for each one of you. Trust your intuition. That is the High Priestess. Now, I'm going to harp on the High Priestess a little bit. Bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck energy. Now, I want to call this card the Emperor because, look, it looks like an emperor, right? Bowing in deferment? No. Bowing, right? But this, which I got this deck on Temu, so I'm pretty sure this is still... You see that number 5 up there? 5 is a Hierophant. So, and then we've got the 3 of Cups underneath that with the Queen of Cups in reverse and the 3 of Swords. So I would say your intuition is going to lead the way. Even if this person's being a fucking dickface and having all kinds of fun with people and seeming like nothing is wrong, they didn't just destroy you. Because we get the Queen of Cups. Now this is not, with this Queen of Cups in reverse, this is going to be seen and could be actually categorized possibly as getting back into it. Getting back in there, doing something not out of emotional care and concern, not in your Queen of Cups energy, not balanced. Doing this can cause heartbreak, okay? Whose heartbreak? I don't know. That is for you to figure out, okay? I'm just a messenger. Use your intuition. Is it going to? Does it need to? Do they need to know? Is somebody being hurt? If it's just you being hurt because this person's happy and you feel like you had to go through a lot of bullshit and they shouldn't be happy, 722 on the timer. Find happiness in what you have. Find happiness in where you are. Do not concern yourself with this person. You were put in a different spectrum from this person for a reason. And I kind of tend to think that pursuing karma is kind of telling the universe, I don't think you're going to fucking do it. It just feels rude, you know? Karma's way more inventive than I could ever be. So, we had Stop, which is an Ally Man card. Now, this is a card of special significance usually in these decks. Not quite as much, well, I don't know. I don't want to say not quite as much as Major Arcana, but I mean, it's Stop. But and I keep forgetting the parts of this card. I just keep noticing that stop sign. I'm stop. Okay, stop. Stop what? So I'm going to look it up again. Like I said, I'm a doofus and my memory is absolutely terrible. And I mean, they're their own flashcards, you know? Okay, anyway. A background character in your life, someone who could be anyone, someone you might even ignore. They have importance here in this space, and they have something important they must tell you. You must heed them, listen. What you do with what they say will be paramount, and keep them close. People are only background to your life because you haven't given them the space to be in the foreground with you. Nobody is truly a side character in our lives. We all have our own stories and lives we've led. Recognizing this opens up infinite new passages for you to take, people to meet, friends to have, and lovers to hold. There exists not a single person in this world who has nothing to share, and even if it's not for you, it's still there in its own galaxy. When you understand this, you understand how the Ally Man could happen. We are all of us storytellers. So, kind of sounding like maybe you should just let sleeping dogs lie. Fleas will get them eventually. But to confirm, Capricorn might be significant. But more than that, I get like a regal feeling, like a, man, I could destroy your life. But why? You're already doing it. And then go on and do your own fucking thing. Out of their energy. Because again, with Worth and the Queen and Polish Your Crown, that is a regal attitude. Even Capricorn, with the horns and the beard and the regal. Okay? So make sure that you are taking care of yourself. And that Seven of Potions landed across that alley man, and there's another card on top of the Seven of Potions. And it is the King of Wands. You don't always have to be go, go, go. There's a time for that, but because I want to say because the King of Wands was facing this alley man and facing the Seven of Potions, take care for yourself, take care for your friends, but do not let this drive, this energy, this passion, do not let it, I heard fizzle out in my head. Don't let it fizzle out, but don't let it become a death ray. Okay? We've got Justice, bottom of the deck. What is that? Injustice, scales, balance. This person will eventually receive the justice that they are meant to. They might have been acting out different karma, and you got the buy blow, and you're going to get good karma for that. And they're going to get, kind of terrible karma, but they had shitty karma before because of shit they went through that somebody else karma buy blow that they got from some. It's a fucking mess, okay? So I'm going to put actually all this away because it still has their energy. And I am going to get out another deck entirely. Libra might be significant. Hold on. I'm going to use the Oracle Plane Secrets because that's the... What the fuck is the camera doing to my face? I'm going to use the Oracle Plane Secrets because that's the one that had change in it. Change the Orange Moon Cat. So we're going to see what is in your highest benefit, what action you can take or what you need to do in your highest benefit and your highest good that is not revealing the actions of this person to the universe. The universe knows. What do you need to do? Let the system destroy itself. This is not you taking pieces, spreading lies, not inventing rumors, maybe even inventing rumors. That's not you doing that. That's not this. This is letting the system destroy itself. Letting the system show its ass, letting the system gain control over certain things in their own galaxy away from you, and letting them implode on their own. You let them implode. But I also want to say, because this came out when I was asking specifically about you, there are things that you are going to carry with you after this, or that you are still carrying with you, that are like shadows in the background, like when you watch movies and TVs and somebody killed somebody and they feel real guilty and they keep seeing this person's ghost. It's like you're seeing these ghosts of this previous structure, this previous system that was set up, and you're heeding them. Don't. Tell them to fuck off. We got synergy, balance. And there's a little fern and a big fern. So I want to say, not necessarily inner child work, but accepting that this happened, this is a part of your life, a part of your story. It doesn't have to, it's not going to be in the future. Well, I mean, it might, if you keep hearing stories about how this person implodes. It keeps fucking doing it. The sun's coming out more, I guess. There you go. So, maintaining balance, but also making sure that you understand that this did fucking happen to you. Concrete. But that person is going to get their comeuppance. Nasty little fellows such as yourself always get their comeuppance. And he fucking, the mummy might be significant. He fucking did, didn't he? Ugh, imagine that. The woods. So the woods it was sideways. So when I see a card sideways, if you haven't seen me before, a lot of the time I take it as both meanings. It's either or it's a mix of the two. So with this one, I want to say the woods. The woods is a card of seeing things from a childlike perspective, from a child's eyes, with hope, without the knowledge of what some of those animals can actually do to you. Sideways. Have hope, have that childlike perspective, but be aware of the dangers, okay? You're really going to have to be aware of yourself and the dangers therein as well, to make sure you're not pulling all this shit back up. Oh boy, it's long. 14:08 on the timer. I go through one more. Bottom of the deck energy. Yay. Alright. So, yeah. This was an unfair relationship, absolutely. But not too bad. Gain joy from your new perspective. You're lucky to have gotten out of it, and that it is just a memory, just a piece of your story, something that happened to you in the past. There are going to be, and actually because Spinosaurus came out, I get the feeling that there are going to be times that come up that you're going to have to reorient your perspective again, because there's going to be a mention of this betrayal or a mention of this person, and it's going to get you a little loopy a little bit. But You're meant for this, okay? You're meant to handle this. That's why you're being pushed in this direction. Just make sure, please, that you, by dint of being hurt and trying to figure all of this out as well, that you are not taking advantage of anybody else as well, okay? There is a joker here, there is a wild card here, and there is a wildness here. Not the card wildness, but punch a cop. So defying system, standing up for the little guy. I think that wild card is you recognizing how unfair certain things were, and then that coming up, but you've got to remember to maintain balance in your aggression, okay? Maintain balance in your aggression. We have the Combat de Mars here. Now, this is a masculine card, straight up. There's phallic imagery on the card. There's balls on the card. And there's even the male sign here, okay? This is a masculine card. But this card represents knowing when to defend, knowing when to attack, defend. No, right? Being defended, having those behind you that would watch your back, that would shield your back, that would protect you. Okay, maintaining balance, balance, always a theme. Okay, I hope this helped. Love you. I didn't check bottom of the deck energy underneath that, and I fucking should have, because, oh my god. So I said I picked this deck because we had Change the Orange Mooncat. We had Ophiuchus, and then, again, Ophiuchus was on top of Change the Orange Mooncat. Use the information that you have learned, the strength that you have gained from being through this situation, and again, the information you have learned. When you get to a certain point, you can look back at what this person has done, how they manipulated, how they betrayed. You can take lessons from that, okay, and use that for good to change how you think, your mentality, how you process even, okay? But it's all going to take work, and it's all going to take choice. I hope this helped. Love you.